that time and the effort I read. The brothers gave me the fear, the premise of death. The work of my life with African.
I lyrical health.
Master.
Les paris sous avec you, I can't Sktv venyo. C'est ma chenille, tina ke ase ma jamu. Engi sano muni, emu aye yo. Engi lofa mui, emu aye yo.
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa. Sktv, the best in Mama Liberia. Must hold by the lofa and grandbaza.
And I didn't ya to money, and I said ya to money, and I couldn't play ya to money, and I could do ya to money, and I didn't ya to money, and I said ya to money, and I couldn't play ya to money, and I could do ya to money, and I don't get now ya to money. That's the baby, and I don't get it now. Cause you walk on my ya to money. Yeah.
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa. Sktv, the best in Mama Liberia. Must hold by the lofa and grandbaza.
There are things we can do. We bring in good news and we give it to you. We talking about podcasts and connecting people and culture from here and out of the globe. Qualified people who waiting to sell. The flesh, the time, and the efforts are red. The broadcast we giving are real and the premise my best. The work with my life with Africa. From Grandfather, Nima to Lufa. From River Sass, River G to Chile. From Grand Crew, Bombing, Kidman, Monserrat, San to Backbolu. From Maryland, Bonk to the Mikey B. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB.
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa.
TV, for matter of fact, we are the best. Sktv, no matter where you go, we are number one. Folks, what I want to say the pleasant good evening and welcome to the Friday edition of the Sktv show. For matter of fact, today is the 19th of September, the 9th month. And the year remains the same, 2025. Again, I'm John Simon Kula, sitting pretty tight on this beautiful Friday evening. For matter of fact, it's sunny out there. I don't know how many days now. The sun been shining. So the weather condition back home, at least, is far better because when the rain fall, that means we got to allow the sun to also shine, and that's the wonder of God. So, folks, good evening. Share the show. Those of you who just joined in, let me see our best to share the link around to all of our other panelists. Those of you who are also following, please, we want you to share the show. Today is Friday, a big Friday, indeed a wonderful Friday. And if the social chairman will be here today, we will discuss some social trending national or social issues, right? Yeah, social issues. Then also we'll go into the 20 national issues of the day, and yes, so many things to talk about. I also posted about a whistleblower. In this country, we don't respect certain people, and in fact, we don't even pay for certain things, and which of course is bad. So before the rest of the Mr. Connor will join us very soon. Well, let's share the show. I'm sharing the link around to other panelists who will be here with us. The issue of whistleblower. Let me tell you, I saw most of you running around with the drugs issue. Oh yeah, the LGF and the police, they are drugs. Oh yeah, the other one, this one happened, and this one, they one and they. Do you know how the people manage to get information to even arrest these drugs? You don't know. It's a thing that matches. No, it's frustrating. Let's be frank and let's just say truth to truth or to power. And those of you who always in the habit, especially our government. Something happened this week in the US about one activist that got killed, right? What happened? The US government pulled out 100K for any individual that will come out with information. Say yes, that money will be given, or in fact, we'll give the money to you. But in this country, we don't value whistleblower. We don't care. Even the officers that are even taking all of the bullets, the challenges, and so forth, we don't care about them. No appreciation. I can still recall 1990. I will use the word 1990, but it's not really 90. But I think that was between 2009, I better say 2010. The police officer at RIA by them during the turn of Unity Party first route Honorman and Salif. The other police officer, I don't know, some of you can still recall. This police officer at RIA by them arrested huge something of drugs and so forth. And according to information by them, he was bribed with 20,000 USD. And the police officer said no. He wanted money and he still reported the case. And he gave the evidence that yes, this is the evidence that this individual or the person who are having, maybe who are bringing in the drugs, gave to me. I don't know why the government gave money to the man. I don't know what that happened. Today, we don't hear anything anymore about that police officer. What is he dead and gone? What there was appreciation for him? And it's bad. Let's be frank. It's bad. Look, let me say this to some of you today who are supporters of the government, politicians here. Let me tell you today. Anytime you hear about the word veterans, you hear about veteran bureau here and there, that your mom and dad, your uncles, your relative, they are the ones that reveal, I know, veteran era after sacrificing for the country. Nothing they get. They go to the veteran bureau, they sit down there, nothing to do. At the end of the day, sometimes they say they pension the people after 2, 3 months, 4 months, and they give them something. But in 1 year time, politicians have been getting 100,000+. 1 year, just imagine 1 year, you pay one politician 100,000+. But someone who was a whistleblower, someone who's sacrificing their own life to say, yes, I have to carry this story, or in fact, I have to leak out this information. Nothing. Free of charge. You see, oh yeah, that country. What kind of love is that? Other people are getting rich. They see country. Yeah, man. No, that will start the show today, my people. Seriously. Other people are getting rich for the same country when they say love for country. But when it comes to you, the poor people, they say that love for country. But when it comes to them, they take 200,000, 400,000, 1 million, 2 million, all kinds of money. They take in the name of it's in the law. You know that law, hey, you know that the law. But when it comes to you, nothing. So I'm feeling so terrible about the way our system treating the whistleblowers, even the LD officers. When the kind of news come out, there'll be special package. Because the people, they will not go sign agreement. When you go sign agreement, you will be able to get something from those investors. Yeah, that's what you see when I see some of our brothers insulting us all on the internet. I can feel that, yeah, God, thank you. Because the politicians, they are already succeeded in brainwashing them. You don't even know what you're insulting for. You don't even know what you're commenting, what you even say. But anyway, people, let's share the show. Yeah. People are getting, yes, check. Share Soko, you're right. That was, how much that was made per year. Almost all of our lawmakers per year. Most of them, their money is around 100,000. And that's the fact. Check it out. That's the fact. But whistleblower, they'll tell you thank you. Yeah, mama, you love it. Yeah, but what kind of what kind of country we live in? What? If you do what they say, you love your country. But when they alone should eat 3, 4, 5 times a day. Some of them, they put their children on payroll. Let me tell you today, those of you out there, you don't know. If I talk about they put their children on payroll, it doesn't mean that the government payroll, no. But their own pay they're getting per month. They take salaries, they put it there for their children every month. Their children, some of their children receive 200, 100, 150, 300 every month. But you never get nothing. Nothing you have to even eat to survive. Nothing. But you are still there pressing. Still there costing people for politicians. But anyway, folks, good evening. Let's share the show. I'm sharing the show as we do this. I just passed through with that, but actually it's very, very frustrating. Let me be frank that the whistleblowers, our LD officers, and even apart from the LD officers, let me tell you, let me give you people this story a few times. Check on Donald Trump page, and you will understand something. When there were boat, the first boat that left from Venezuela, that's what they call security. We paying the that will start the show today. We're paying the NSA budget alone are almost $1 million. Well, we can't even know how to make it enter because NSA is National Security Agency. That means you are national security. You almost like you see almost everything. But guess what? I will tell you what happened. So Donald Trump appreciated the security forces when the people took down the boat. The first boat came from Venezuela. By the time the boat entered on the U.S. soil, they actually armed forces or the security officer they saw it already, and they informed the security that in fact they are they informed the leaders that yes, indeed there is this boat, and the boat have 11 persons on this boat and with trucks. So they say, okay, but you take it down. How the first boat, how they take it down. The second boat, I think I have 3 or 4 persons inside. That one again, they take it, join machine for the boat to join enter the U.S. soil. And I say, enter in the people country, says, pull down drugs or actually, no. For her to join enter, to just leave from Venezuela to join enter. The people finish seeing it. But for us, we don't see these things. We don't even get no settled life for all of these things. We don't have no security. The only security we have that politician security we have. What are more people? Monk is here. Mr. Dollar is here. Yeah, the poor people, the only politician security we have. So, but it's bad. But Monk, good evening. Mr. Dollar, good evening.
Good evening, my dear brother. How you doing?
I'm okay. Thank God for life. And it's been a little while, Mr. Dollar. How everything with you?
Everything going quietly. We're trying to handle it the best way we can.
We're
looking up the mountain.
Oh, okay, that's great. So before you talk about anything maybe that you've been maybe observing through all the time, let's go back to the issue of whistleblower, Mr. Dollar. You've been into the security force for a little time or for a very long time, or maybe the government cycle for a very long time, and you're in the Western world. With the issue of whistleblower, Mr. Dollar, are becoming like something that our government, they feel that the little man out there should sacrifice for the country free of charge, but they should benefit from the country. So let's go back to the issue of whistleblower. What say you? Because most of the information, sometimes before it come out, there's always somebody in the community, somebody in the neighborhood, somebody somewhere who carry the information. But what say you when it comes to the issue of whistleblower?
Yeah,
that they are not being given any opportunity or even no compensation or nothing.
No, honest speaking, whistleblower always been paid and secure. They always provide them securities when they blow up the whistle to the government, and they also can be compensated. They can give them a good number of money for their own service that they render to the masses. So basically, if you don't give whistleblower anything, then how do you expect for him to do the second thing? No, it's not possible. So the government need to take that into consideration. Normally, whistleblower, we used to call it in our securities operations informer. Way back, we used to pay informer. The CID need to work in collaboration with the Police Intelligence Unit, CRU, and the CID. So they need to be working with these two units in the Liberia National Police Force to provide out information. Whistleblower needs to do that to leak information about the high-class criminal. But it needs to be paid by the security. That's the special operational fund needs to be available for source. But I don't know why it's happening these days. And even the artist service man not even taking pay. How do you expect somebody who coming with information to them will get something? So it's difficult. That's what I can see.
Thank you, Mr. Dollar. Monk is here already, and Mr. Connor to George Jr. But quickly before we move to Mr. Connor, let me welcome Monk. And Monk, what say you to also? Maybe you want to chip in with the issue or with, because most of the information, Monk, always if it's not U.S. government informing us about some of the information, sometimes some of the information comes from the least men out there who also live in the community or somebody somewhere who always want the best for the community. But are they getting that kind of more, maybe law from the government, or it's just about law for country? What say you?
Well, I don't know. I don't have that much to say. I'm not a security expert, but I just know that there's something they call common sense. Like Mr. Dole, Sekou, they come from the security background. They got a little bit of information. The only thing I know is the challenges, and the government herself is not serious when it comes to fighting drugs. There are underlying conditions. There are major challenges. Like I said, the compensation for people who you put on the field, especially border crossing area, people that will risk their life to mitigate the spread or the inflow of drugs into the country, it won't encourage them. The reason I know people get whistleblower gets another layer of accountability in terms of institution, wherein we call it security and security. There are other people that are watching the people who should be the policemen, or policemen watching another policeman. It's a good thing because there are some insiders that can be corrupt at times, but all these things come to financing and program. When you look at our budget, like I said, of 800 million, and you only allocate 3.5 million for the number one or the most pressing issue in the country, which is a national security threat, both in the long and short term, then it tells you that the government is not serious. So how do you make incentive for whistleblower when you can't even allocate sufficient resources for the people that are actually doing the work? That's why you see the drug issue is going to be a very tough thing to fight in Liberia, because it's lucrative all over the world. Drugs thing, even in the Great United States, we're still struggling with drugs because people will find illicit way to bring drugs into the country. It's a challenge though. So talk about Liberia, where you got employment issue, the people that are in the security apparatus, they're not making decent wages. So it's gonna be a tough fight. And there are insiders that are also doing part of the drug dealing, and it's now one person. I think it's confirmed now. So my brother, that's all we can say. I cannot count on this government to be the one. It may look like they are trying to fight this whole issue of drugs coming to the country, but when you look at it from an institutional standpoint, you can tell that they're not really, really serious. I don't think they are really serious to make the thing like a priority, to make the thing the number one enemy of the state. I don't think they are there yet. And guess what? Something important, I know I will bring it out. This thing is also attached to chairmanability. You know the guy from Lofa County, right? Momo Cyrus, right? The lawmaker. Mm-hmm. I read an article today in the front page Africa. And because this whole drug issue, he insinuated that there are people in the higher ups when it comes to confirmation that can influence that decision. So he said it won't be business as usual when it comes to the next LDA boss, because there will be people from the higher up that will be directly targeting lawmakers or people who will be conducting the confirmation process to handpick. So the question I asked myself, why would the people in the higher ups want to be involved in handpicking the next LDA boss? That was just one issue. Then in the Liberian investigator, he is saying his businesses are being targeted. I was like, whoa. They say the same rope that can help monkey can help bamboo. It came to the unionization. They want to unionize the security, the private security entity. And he's saying, and he got one of the largest or private security entity in the country, right? He provides security for accelerometer. So the question is, why are they not targeting other security firms? But he is the one they are targeting. Okay, now you guys are coming to attempt to reality. It was the same thing we said about chairmanability now, or certain lawmaker is telling you that his businesses is being targeted. Well, let me stop there for now. We got more to discuss.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Don't even start because I have to turn over to Mr. Cannon, who's going to be in charge until Steve comes. But Mr. Cannon, let's move on to this discussion about whistleblower, because mind you, one of the whistleblower were also quote unquote dismissed, also in fact taken off from his position by the president. What say you? How come people are disrespecting whistleblowers?
First of all, I want to say thank you to you, to the team, and everybody listening to us. I think he's again here. I'm not at home. I actually travel for work, and where am I right now? There AC here. The noise is kind of a little bit. I'm using my computer, but the AC noise is kind of a little bit too much than normal. But we have to deal with that. Melbourne, it's good to be here. I want to say thank you always to you, to Mr. Dollar, to Brother Mashale, Stevie among that one. But I can't tell them thank you because, we have been here forever. And you, Melbourne, you have held the ground for the whole time when we've been off and on. So I want to say thank you to you for that. And I want to say a big thank you to everybody for following this Sktv. This whole idea of whistleblower and government officials or executive interfering in confirmation hearings and also doing some political maneuverings as to who be appointed to what position and the approval process and all those stuff is almost the same everywhere. For example, Donald Trump, during Donald Trump's first term, Donald Trump fired one of the most, important people when it comes to the security because of being a whistleblower. He was suspected of being a whistleblower. He was fired. Both him and his twin brother, they were all both security personnel. They were all fired. So, any government that is not proceeding well, any government that is involved in some shady deals, they don't want to see whistleblowers because you put it there behind our side. I don't want to say it the other way, but you are exposing them, and they don't want that, especially when you are in government. Not a lot they can do about you, myself, and other people who are outside of the government, and we are privileged to certain information. So they won't do much about that. But those who are in, within the perimeter of their power, where they can actually make decision on them, definitely they will, take action on you. So no government will let you be exposed, especially when you are a bad government who engages in shady deals. So that's all I can say about that. So I don't expect much. So with regard to one of the lawmakers saying that he's been targeted, more than Mo said, that's just the beginning. We will hear more, and we are watching. We will not be muted on any of those things, whether it's municipality or somebody else, regardless, whether you're a politician or not politician, whoever that has been targeted by the government, we will not sit by supinely and do nothing about it. So it's important that Liberian people, especially the fourth estate, be speaking on issues irrespective of the person at the receiving end, with the victim, or anybody who has been victimized by this government in their political maneuvering. But yeah, it's good to be here. I don't want to jump the gun. We are here to have a very, very fruitful conversation. But then, before I stop, from time to time, if somebody entering, somebody want to talk to me and stuff like that, I will have to maybe mute myself or turn off my camera, and then we'll continue the conversation after that. Because I'm at work.
Good, good. So that means I have to deputize you until
No,
maybe
no,
the
no,
chairman.
no. I can run the show. You go ahead and run the show.
Okay, all right, but
Because
then no problem. That's
I
good.
can
So thank you.
interrupt at
Yeah.
any time, so it's better you run the show.
Okay, all right, Mr. Kane, thank you so much for that. Yeah, so folks, if you just joining us, those of you who are listening to us via the radio, I want to say many thanks to all of you. Please invite someone to invite someone. That's the best thing to do today, Friday. Yeah, so Mr. Dollar, you've been away for a little time. There are so many national issues ranging from alleged rape issues of deputy minister who have been suspended, Mr. McGill, and finally the president are also in fact appointed someone to also act in his place. But apart from that, so many things happening back home, ranging from the economy and so many things to talk about. But I don't know exactly what some of the things that you've been following on. If so, maybe they want to tell us about quickly before we move into our discussion on so many national issues.
You see, from my understanding on that raping case, the entire raping case have been politicized. More especially the opposition people are hitting the government hard on the issue. The government too trying to score political point by taking some decision that's supposed to be take earlier. You know, all this kind of thing that is happening. So things have been political side. So obviously, I don't know how they're going to end it. Because you see, one thing I do believe that anything have to do with rape is very sensitive. When the allegation level against someone, so long the person is not caught red-handed on top of the person, sometimes when the person deny in our labyrinth setting, it's difficult to prove because the scientific equipment that need to be used, we don't have it. The DNA system that need to be applied, sometimes we don't have it. So it's difficult to prove the case. The case will dance around. At the end of the day, maybe the guy will go free. How I can see it. But for me, I believe that he will now go back to that job because of political reason.
All right. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Why, Mr. Dollar, you were saying something because I thought you stopped already. So
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I say I don't think the young man will go back to work because the political situation is taking heavy step into that whole thing. So he's not going back. The government want to score a political point, and the politician also want to come up with a lot of political statement. Even at times, the one of the renowned human rights lawyers, the way he handled the situation, from my view, it was very premature. Before he come out ordering the national police to arrest the man and detain the man, uh, first of all, he should investigate. He have all power, he have all right as a human rights lawyer to go to the police station to inquire from the police why this man is still on the street and what happened. Police will be bound to give you some hint on the case. He didn't do it. He just came out. He said he didn't know why the man still on the street. The man supposed to be in jail, all this kind of thing. So that was very much unprofessional.
good. Thank you, Mr. Dollar. These are some of the truly national issues, and that you stated. Long last, the president, after bowing down to the pressure coming from both the media and the citizens, at least Mr. Kane, the president was able to suspend the alleged rapist, or as you may call the deputy minister, as the youth Ministry of Youth and Sport for Youth Development, Mr. McGill, and finally replace him with an acting minister, someone who will be acting in his position for now. But Mr. Canada, there are a wide range of concerns about the president and his delegates saying you people on our side. I think you can just chip in quickly before we move onto all of the topics or the issue that we discussed today. People want to know exactly where they live, Mr. Connor, and you understand only seeing only because mind you, when they were leaving, the person left I think on the 8th of September, making it nearly 1 week, 4 days, or nearly 1 week, 5 days now. And when we were leaving, they said that the president is going to interact with a lot of people and so on. But send them Liberians have been wondering as to what's going on. So what happened there, Mr. Kane?
So maybe again, as you saw me trying to lower the volume a little bit because as somebody was walking. But let me say this, Mabel. First of all, our government, or Joseph Boakai, if you will, sees these things as money-making, process. Everywhere, every year there is money allocated for everything. And the money allocated, they can't just go and grab the money and start using it. They must actually create something where they can take the money for, they use it. So whether it's traveling to some useless conferences, whether it's about putting a lot of people, on the plane to go to different countries just to make money, whatever they can do, they're taking per diems, they're taking a lot of different, incentives when they travel on a daily basis. So all of them want to be part of that trip because they're going to be getting some money out of it. So the more time they spend out the country, the more money they'll be making. So the president left a little early so he can make a little more money. Beyond that, beyond the financial incentives, we were informed the other day that when the president came, Mabel, I don't know whether you remember, I told you guys that Joseph Boakai, every 2 to 3 months, if he doesn't travel to Ghana, he will come to the United States. I told you guys that. Because Joseph Boakai has a pacemaker on his heart that has to be serviced all the time. So servicing that, you either go to Ghana or you go to Rhode Island, where he had the original, problem with his heart. The last time when he was vice president, when he was president-elect, he traveled. And when we announced it, everything that was happening, we announced everything. Guess what happened? The people insulted us. They said a lot of things to us. But at the end of the day, Joseph Boakai himself went and admitted. He said after our election, and in fact, he followed us. We the ones said that here. I said, there's nothing wrong with being sick. There's nothing wrong with being old. We said it very clearly here. That Joseph Boakai can simply tell the Liberian people, given the challenges that we are about to embark on, being the president of Liberia, I just wanted to do my routine, check out stuff like that. But you can't hide it from the Liberian people lying about everything. So that's exactly what happened. Joseph Boakai came and said and admitted exactly what Sktv said. That he given the challenges ahead, so he decided to go to Rhode Island, he and his wife, to do medical checkup. So Joseph Boakai, when he came early this time around, he also went to Rhode Island. As a matter of fact, somebody called me the day before yesterday. They want to confirm the information. Oh, Seku, I heard say our president here, but the person that I was talking to, the person scared. They want me to call their name, and she said, "So I don't want the person to be in trouble because that person is the nurse to the area where Joseph Boakai, one of the nurses anyway, Joseph Boakai was. So he spent some time there, went through some checkups and some other treatments. Maybe that's the reason why he came a little early. Plus, getting some more money based on their daily incentives and per diems. So we don't know exactly what Joseph Boakai will do or will say, but as usual, they will come, write very beautiful, write-up. He will go, they'll coerce him, he will go and, or do maybe rehearsal, he will go and read it. And he's not, strange to reading beautifully some of those speeches. But it's not about what you read or what you're going to be reading or what is being given to you to read. It's about the substance of it and the impact and the benefit that Liberian people are supposed to have. And that is something that's yet to be seen.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Kenneth. Steve Joy joining us, the social chairman. Thank God, at least here. I will reduce my height. Steve, welcome, my dear brother. And I think you cannot take over, so I can go for my brief in and brief out. But what say you? What going on? Everything?
Yeah, folks, thank you for joining us today's Friday. I'm doing well. Melbourne, I'm doing very, very well. Thank God. Mr. Kenneth, good to see you. You're looking sharp. You're looking super. You know that at CMC, we all got to look into it now because.
No. So I told people that before you came, this is not CMC trip. This is the work. I'm in travel for work. Yes, you know already. I'm currently in Salt Lake City, Utah.
Yeah, but you're still looking good.
Yeah, but I mean, it is what it is now. I travel for work. What's wrong with being good working?
Anyway.
They may get on a gossip about you in your present. That's just why he
Anyway, folks, as you can see, Mr. Kenneth, the man been training, the man looking good, the man been taking push on. The last time I saw the man, when I saw the man, the man looking buff. So that means the party people who design to run behind the man can run now. The man get speed, the man get agility. By the way, folks, let's share the show.
And you didn't say, oh my God, gone too.
No, I'm talking about the good one.
They means the NRA gun carrying man.
Yeah.
No, I'm not talking about good on the show for security reasons.
I'm legally carrying a gun, so you want to kind of attack me? So
you must stand by, innit?
Yeah.
Oh no, it's legal in our country in the United States. It is legal.
As a matter of fact, you don't even require a permit in Arizona to carry a gun.
Yeah, so I mean it's a tough situation, but that's true.
It just gotta be legal. Yeah, obtain legally.
Yeah, it's a sticky side, but that's true. Yeah, but Mr. Kenneth, I did. Monk, good to see you. Mr. Dollar, good to see you. I did hear you talk about the president. We are still looking for the president. We have not heard anything from the president, and this is the behavior of the Unity Party. The picture you saw then talking about, Joseph Baga want to see Grace B family and Grace B wife. That, from what we are told, allegedly, that it's an old picture, that the gallivanting around with all that thing. What are you saying? Joseph Baga fired the minister. Joseph Baga today. That's not Joseph Baga doing that thing. Just so the Liberian people know. You see, we can't continue to live in deception. These are some of the things we'll say. They can get very with us or whatever it is. We can't continue to lie. No, we shouldn't be doing that. At this stage, at this point, we should be moving forward. We should be doing what is right. Even if it's bad, let's say. If it's good, let's say. But we can't be playing games with people and making it look. So the president is MIA. Joseph Baga is MIA. That means to my woman and my papa who now understand MIA mean missing action. We can't find our president. Yeah, saying he came to America, my people. Don't say like that. We can't find Joseph Baga saying he came to America. We not know what's going on with him. We can't find him. We can't find him. We don't know if they go change the battery. We don't know if he's in the hospital. We don't know what's going on. So a lot of
what you are battery?
Yes.
Don't be like Prince Johnson.
But our Prince Johnson said, and that one of the men he played games with. So that our Prince Johnson told that we're worrying about that he own people who are close to him. So what we will be doing in America, thank God we are in America, we are going to be following in the next few days to file a missing person report. Or the location will come out, just so you know. And all that bro, you can go keep in Carysburg or somewhere, then you'll be looking for him. We're not doing hide and seeking.
I can help you with that. They made it in Rhode Island, so I don't know where exactly, but they made it in Rhode Island. So if you are looking, like filing for anything, you go file it in Rhode Island.
Yeah, so the man is in Rhode Island, as you're saying. Okay, so then it's easier for her to file a missing person report in Rhode Island. Thank God he's 80 years old, so he falls under the place wherein you can look for, we call them geriatric. That means the old. So if that's not happening, we can file report to find that one you leave it. Look, folks, let's say it today. We will find where Joseph Baga is. Whatever is going on, we'll be able to tell you. Like when they get me money, they get me news. They will get all the information. Yeah, so folks, that's where we are. Melbourne, I don't know where you guys were because I was running late. I was in the middle of something here, but I was running late. But I don't know where you guys were. But just to pick it up, I want to pick up from the conversation we were having yesterday. I think
nothing much. We just started with the issue of whistleblower. Maybe you want to chip in also before continuing. That was, I think
we can start where we stopped yesterday because a lot of people were interested in having yesterday.
Yeah, we'll pick up from where we stopped yesterday. We'll pick up from where we stopped yesterday. The issue of whistleblower. The issue of whistleblower that you talk about. I don't know if they have whistleblower thing in Liberia. I don't know. Because in America, they do have that here. And whistleblowers are very important people in the society. To be honest. They are very, very important people in the society. They need to be protected. And they need to be looked after. Somebody got to be able to talk. You can't have a government and a society. Somebody got to be able to provide the information. You have to. That's how the society move on. But anyway, let's move on to the conversation yesterday. We want to start out with the financial part of it. But before we get into the financial part of it, Monk, let me ask Mr. Cannon the question because I asked him this question. And because of the time constraint yesterday, I think Mr. Cannon kind of answered it very briefly because we're going to the news bulletin or the news break. Mr. Cannon, I want to repeat this question from yesterday. I think it's a very, very important question for the Liberian people to understand. Representative, political leader, Musa Hassan Belede, now behind the horse, and they say on record, openly accused of sitting vice president. Our country has a record of accusing vice president. For example, dating back to the 1980, those vice president was accused. Eventually, we know what happened to him. Today, other vice presidents were accused as well. I listened to Moses Blas' confession on the TRC, how they were trying to frame him, and Taylor called him a couple of times, and he was arrested, and all that other extra stuff. So this is not the first time. My question to you is this a Nima Kante? Is this conversation just restricted to Nima Kante because both of them are from Nima Kante? Or is it a national conversation that we need to look into the vice president meddling or going after not only business people but other political rivals and people from his country, from his county? What do you say before we go to other people to chime in on that?
Yeah, so thank you, Steve. That's a very beautiful question. I don't know if you remember, before even the whole thing started with Musa Hassan Belede, we came here, we made it very clear to the Liberian people that Jeremiah Kun was fighting to consolidate power, and he has been successful in controlling the governing system under Joseph Mabaka presidency. All the people that are in position today, they all pay homage to him, they all pay hate to him. So what he wanted to do to get in also to have some leverage over the budget and the legislature as a whole. That was the reason why they started the fight to remove Kufa. So it is clear that Jeremiah Kun, in the presence of the president at the president's house, asked Musa Belede, Musa, you're my brother. They Fanatic Kufa thing, leave it. We are here for inside. The whole rule of law caucus thing, let it go. It's bigger than Fanatic Kufa. You can't for government. Musa said, well, I will stay with the law. I will stay with the people. Then he said, well, if you want to do that, you will bear the consequences, including some of your businesses. In fact, Kun was very emphatic and told him that if you let it go, will not go after you. But right now, just to start with, if you continue to stay with Fanatic Kufa, delaying our progress, that contract you have with China Union will take it from you. Musa said, but I'm not renting it from the government, I'm renting it from our company. And guess what he did? What he did? He wrote a letter to China Union telling them you have to take that reservoir you have with Musa Belete. Other than that, will kick you guys out of the country. Then China Union, they didn't have the information. You know what they did, Steve? They wrote Musa, informing Musa, telling him, well, the government asking us to take the place for you. We don't take it from you, they will kick us out of the country. They wrote Musa that you take the business for. So those who are arguing, oh no, this is the Musa Belete one, this thing is not about Musa Belete, it's about Musa Belete. So let's assume now the price, the price about storage and storage fee, all those nonsense. Okay, everybody's included. What about the Musa Belete contract with China Union that you have held over decades? They wrote them. And this is the public information. Everybody's aware. Even the international community people are aware now. The Lebanon government using their power to fight their political rival. The deal that they did with China Union didn't just keep it. They didn't keep it right in Liberia. Other people have the information, Steve. Just go ahead and Google Musa Belete and the Lebanon government and China Union. You will read the whole story. The entire world is aware. So by extension, they said, okay, Musa Belete didn't stop there. They took that from him, but Musa Belete still moving strong. So you know what? Let's go after the other business. Musa Belete reservoir that he built. You know, it's one thing to go against somebody politically, but to destroy them, to destroy their life and the life of other families that are working with him. That's exactly what the vice president is doing. Number one, he's doing it because he'll be looking weak to see another person from Nima County being strong, making headway, and Lebanon people are gravitating toward this man in their numbers. So to see that happening, that will put dent in his credibility or his strength within Nima County. And he sees that as a problem. He wants to run for president. In fact, because of that, Steve, just to cut your answer short, because of Jeremiah Kun being weak in Nima County, especially with the presence of Musa Belete there, and not being on the same page. That's why Joseph Barker and the Unity Party said, no, they may can run for president. We will not win, we'll lose. In fact, they make a only guess on numbers in Nima. If Nima can be a challenge to us, then that means we'll not win anything. That's the reason why Joseph Barker and people that Unity Party put to Joseph Barker and Pape run. Even though you say you're going to be running for one term, but if you don't run, we'll lose the presidency. That's why Joseph Barker is running. Some of them even came with the argument that Joseph Barker should run with somebody else, like Prince Moi, to be on the ticket. Other than that, even though they put Jeremiah on the ticket, they might not win Nima because of the presence of CMC, and also Prince Johnson is dead. So the power that Prince Johnson had in Nima County does not exist anymore. Nobody can be like Prince Johnson. Prince Johnson is just Prince Johnson. Koga will have his support. Everybody will have their own support here and there, but Nima will be a serious battleground wherein Nima people will go for, whoever they want to go for. And now we have seen evidently that Nima people are going for development and for themselves, for their children. So the fight is not only about Nima County, it's beyond Nima County. It's all about Jeremiah Kun fighting his political life, either to run for president, which is now out of question. He might not be running for president because Joseph Barker will run, or he got to fight to show some strength that he can be actually a viable vice presidential candidate that can deliver Nima to Joseph Jima Park and the Unity Party, and that cannot happen if Musa Belete is surging the way he's surging. That's the problem. That's why he's fighting Musa Belete.
Okay, thank you so much. We appreciate it. Monk, how do you react before we go to Mr. Dollar, and then we'll come back with you about other things? How do you react?
Well, it's a complex situation. For me, yesterday I took a position. I was like, okay, looking at the way our government is structured, the vice president, he's not as active as this president. So it could come in twofold. He could be used as a proxy by the president to do the dirty work against his political rival in Nima County, because Nima County is always major when it comes to Liberio's election. They have decided the last full election in counting. Or are they positioning Jeremiah Cohn, now that he's vice president, to be the president in the next election cycle? Or I'm talking about politically now. Because I know from the day-to-day operation, the vice president won't be the one actor. He does not have that executive authority to press button here and there. But it could come, like I said, one or two options. He could be used as a proxy to do data work against ability. Because I know when this whole thing is two options. You either form in line or join us and save your business, or we can use our political power to crush your business empire, or whatsoever business you're engaged in, like, bro. That one or two options. But my thing is, I really want to know, because to even claim this idea about the restructuring of the petroleum price, we still cannot get a clear indication who came up with this idea. The senators are saying they were the one that came up with the idea. One day, this LPRC making recommendation to the lawmakers. So it gets too many moving parts that you cannot try to put together to actually know the main corporate. But you can tell it coming from either the president or the vice president. That one for sure. We just don't know who is pushing who to do that, because, like I said, Nima County politics is very fundamental to Liberian politics. But this issue about the Momo Saros guy, like, it gave me a whole different take, because it plays to the same narrative. Momo Saros is saying, if you want to unionize, first of all, according to our laws, the same way the Liberian National Police, the immigration, the LDA cannot be unionized because of the nature of the work that they carry on. The same is applicable to private security network. Their job is to protect properties and concessions in the country, right? Lives and property. And you cannot prioritize that by virtue of our law. So if you even want to consider unionizing them, only the Ministry of Justice has that regulatory authority to even suggest that idea. It cannot come from the Ministry of Labor, because it does not make sense. So Momo Saros is saying that the government is targeting his business, the Seagull Security Group, right? Personally, because if you really want to revamp a sector, it will be done cross-sectionally across the entire sector or industry. But why is it that his business is being targeted? So I was like, okay, but there is the same narrative. So it's giving a clear idea that this thing has nothing to do with policy. United Party are a bunch of political operatives that think that they can use state power to target their opponent or their rivals. That's exactly what's going on, because it's not only happening to chairmanability now, we're talking about a certain lawmaker. But yeah, the thing that got my attention, right? Conflict of interest. So it tells us that even the lawmakers themselves, they are all mixed into so many illegal things. Because a certain lawmaker cannot be the one providing security for a major concession in a country, right? So even though he plays victim, but the question is, my brother, even what you are doing to it also illegal, because it's conflict of interest. You are the one that rectify concessions agreement. How can you be the one providing security for Asalomita? Isn't that conflict of interest? Isn't that illegal in the first place? Maybe that's why the government is targeting you. Like I said, they are bearing a political coalition for an end goal. You either join us or we will crush you. And now, maybe from Momo Saros, another third victim will soon be coming up.
So, just to add, just a 30 second. To add to what Mung is saying, the reason why Thomas Fala, Sir Joseph are safe, because they are in bed with the government. That's the reason why their businesses are safe. Other than that, they fail to fall in line. Definitely, they will taste exactly what other people are going through right now.
All right.
Wow.
Say again, Mr. Can I please repeat it, because you said it the way you said it?
I said, whatever other people are going through right now, the reason why Thomas Fala, because remember, most of these guys, whether it's the vice president, whether it's Joseph, whether it's Thomas Fala and other guys in government, they all have their businesses with ArcelorMittal, with B Mountain, with other company in the country. And they were told, same thing when Musa was told, join us, align with us, or we go after you. And Musa said no. And that's why Ottoman Fala and other people are safe. Now, any other person, whether you're in government or outside of government, especially when you're a politician, if you fail to fall in line with the government or support the Unity Party agenda that we give them to be in power perpetually, then definitely you'll be lined up on their list of enemy and targeted rivals. So those guys are safe because they are in bed with the government. That's what I was saying.
Okay. So that means when you fall in line,
Maybe you're safe.
Then you're good to go. Okay.
Yep.
Mr. Dollar, let's hear from you. Do you think this situation could boil down, not just from Nima County, but other people might be targeted as well?
You know, this is a habit of the Liberian government, and from time to time they've been doing this kind of thing to opposition leaders or opposition elements in the city or in the country, wherever they are. You see, but what is happening right now is very, very scary, because it's not something to unify the citizens, and also it's a problem that they are trying to create for the government themselves, because when these entities are being hit by the government and degrading, led to dismissal of some of the employees and stuff and things like. And these employees will become liabilities on the government as well, and the trouble will start spreading everywhere. And the government is supposed to realize this, but I don't know why they can't see this thing then. All time they always go after people that are not part of them. If you are not part of the ruling establishment, they always go after you. For the private security issue, the person that is responsible for all private security in the country is the Justice Ministry. They got a department at the Ministry of Justice. I used to work there. They call it a Public Safety Division. That's the director that is responsible to provide the certificate, the license for every private security. You go to Ministry of Justice or team. Because when I was having my private security, there where I went, and I obtained my certificate to have a private security. So I don't think Labor Ministry have any right on private security. They got right on labor law to regulate the affair of the people that are working in Europe entities like private sectors, regulating the workforce system or the salaries and whatever. But they don't have no right to tell the private security how to operate or what not to operate. So, and secondly,
I think there's no more time for the news bulletin. Remember, are we going for news today? Yeah. So you guys got to pay attention to that, Steve.
Yeah, please wrap it up, Mr. Dollar.
So basically, now the government try to start hunting witch hunting the opposition leader there. Otherwise, it's going to be a serious problem for our country. So that's what I can say. Because going after Musa Bede, you will not only stop to Musa Bede, you will go after different opposition. Those are opposition to government, they will go after them, definitely. So if all the opposition get together and defend one another collectively, I think that's the best solution into this kind of matter.
Okay, thank you so much. Melbourne, what say you? Are we ready for the news bulletin?
Well, for now, let's hold on a little bit until the team comes. So yeah, so you can be doing the talking until receive call.
Okay, that's good. Thank you. So when you're ready, you can always interrupt us and then do your thing. Well, folks, as you've heard, we'll continue with the conversation. I think this is an interesting conversation because one way or another side of it, we kind of substantiate what Mr. Kane was saying, that you either fall in line or you got a problem.
Yeah, we'll crush you.
Yeah, you fall in line or you have a problem at hand. And they don't care whether you are providing jobs for other Liberians, supporting other families, or so forth. But the thing that's a little concerning to me is this, though. And let's take it further. Why are these guys, especially in the Senate, in the House of Representatives, Thomas Fala, what are Thomas Fala, what are Sir Joseph and the other guys? Talking about Momo Saras too, who the newest senator from Lofa County who just came around. How are they the ones that are getting the contracts, but they are senators that are supposed to be overseeing? Isn't this a conflict of interest? How does a country work?
So Steve, just to answer that your concern, right?
Yeah.
You know, I don't know whether you guys the one that told me about the conversation representing Musa and businessman, also political leader, Simon Freeman, right? What is his name?
Yes.
Yes.
That conversation, some very important things were revealed. For example, the government officials, especially the people in the House of Representatives, they are getting duty-free on everything. If they want to save money, let's say if they were saving money, $15 million from the storage fee, we heard about $90 million that they will be saving if they take away all the duty-free that you're giving to the government officials. You myself and other business people in the country, outside of the country, they're paying exorbitant fees for custom and other things. But while they were working in government, they are making $10,000 to $15,000 a month. They are getting free car, they are getting free gas, free phone, but then they're getting duty-free. How come they're saving money now? Say they're taking money from Whistleblower company to save money for the Liberian people that could be about amount to $1 million, 15 million. What about you stop the duty-free and give the Liberian people $90 million a year?
Yeah, but Sekou, let me now cut you off. It's basically about wish hunting. It's now about the interest of the state. It's now about the interest of the masses. It's about wish hunting. So they will never go after their very self because that is going to their pocket. So the only citizen can get on the street to debunk them on that issue. But they themselves will not go after their self. That one for sure. We can make the noise for the citizen to be aware what is happening is not right. Then the citizen can come up to say, look, enough is enough. We got to stop this thing there. But to say they will do it, no.
More you think you see the possibility of that? You think at any point in time the citizen will come to say, you know what, enough is enough. I mean, in fact, this is not about saving money for us or in the interest of the country or the people. This is about yourself. Why don't you come on and stop the duty-free that you're receiving? That could bring $90 million to Liberian people a year.
That's why I enjoy the conversation because Chairmanability and Simon Freeman were comparing those with the numbers, and they were giving instances, business, to talk about business and idea, right? That's why he said, even the people, the corporations that in Liberia, the kind of a kickback they get, the kind of a duty-free, the government cannot be interested in raising more revenue, because if you really want to raise the revenue, then you will tighten the loophole as to where money is gushing out of the system. But in fact, you are targeting your own Liberian-owned corporations or businesses in the name of raising revenue. But these guys are very sneaky. That's why I say when you put the pieces together, looking at the Momo Saras issue and the chairmanability issue, you can see the pattern, right? In the case of Momo Saras, you know when you use the word unionize, union, it got a negative and a positive side. It all depends how you interpret union when it comes to policy, right? When you talk about union, the first thing that comes to mind, better wages, better working conditions, extra incentive. But don't forget, when you do collective bargaining, you are giving more leverage to the people that are hiring you as well. The union is only collecting her due. So Momo Saras is saying we've been having private security in the country since 1950. Since when you came with the idea of unionizing private security? That the same question I asked with chairmanability. Since when the government came to the realization that they were losing millions of dollars in storage fees? It's the same case Momo Saras is making. So they were pinned to the public like it's in the public interest, but no, it's in their political interest. But like I said, that's why I told you, Unity Party, whether you like them or you hate them, they are not amateurs. They can calculate, they are political operatives. Now, when the average Liberian worker in the security firm here about unionization, you will say, oh yeah, at the end of the day, when we go to the collective bargaining table, my job will be protected, I will get maybe higher pay, better working conditions. But no, they are doing it purposely to target Momosaros Corporation or enterprise. It's the same old thing that is happening to capability. So what they did, they want to reduce costs on the Liberian people, on the consumer. So when the Irish president here, they out there, they believe that the government is working in their favor, when in fact it's the complete opposite for political leverage. It all depends. Like what I say, anytime a decision is made in Liberia, they made the decision with the idea that the vast majority of our people are stupid. They believe the people who will catch it, that will be able to identify their game. Yeah, you can identify their game, but how many people out there that will be able to see it from the way or the way in which we are seeing it? That's where the problem is. And public sentiment will always drive the narrative in politics. If there are more people out there that believe the government is saving them money on transportation costs and other goods and services, then they will side with the government. And that's why United Party is playing the game. They show you red meat to the voters, but in fact, it's all about that political interest. But how many of the voters will be able to understand what we are saying here? That's the question.
But let me ask this question though, because the voters might not be able to understand this whole idea of the government projecting that or saying that they want to save taxes, they want to do this, they want to do that. But just the conversation, just the notion, just the belief, whether they're having it on the radio or it's in the newspaper or whatever it is, when investors wake up in the morning and they see that the vice president at that level, not just anybody in the government, but at that level, the second man in command in the country, the vice president, targeting his own business people. My question to you guys is, how does this play out on the international scene in terms of attracting investors or people wanting to come to the country and so forth? How does it look? What kind of image are we presenting to the country, to the world? I mean, Mr. Kane, let's start with you. Then we'll go to Mr. Dollar. We'll come to Monk.
Yeah, so it means that you are chasing away investors. If you cannot even tolerate and allow your citizens, business owners, to invest in their own country, if citizens cannot get justice in their own country, what about somebody who has nothing, who has no take in the country? So people will be afraid, definitely. So you're 100% correct. Whatever happens, Steve, the optics, the conversation, and people are saying facts associated with all these allegations, it will drive away people from coming into the country. To answer your question, nobody want to invest, nobody want to risk their money in a country that don't have law, in a country that have no respect for the rule of law, in a country that has no justice system. You know, they call it consumer confidence and trust from the investor and the citizens. If somebody bringing their, imagine, okay, for example, Steve, Simon Freeman said something. Musa Belete went and invested about $40 million into the business. And Musa Belete got this money from the bank. And the reason why the bank gave the money to Musa Belete went and presented the business plan, what is in it, what is approved by the government, what is in it, what he will be getting at the end of the day. Saying that, okay, give me $40 million, I'm going to invest it in reservoirs to actually be into store gasoline and fuel. I'm going to be getting 35 cents per gallon. Out of the 35 cents per gallon, you will be getting X amount of money, this percentage of the money, until I can finish paying you. Then between X year to this year, I'll be able to finish paying you. They're going to approve you and give you the money based on the plan that you're going to present to them, with the possibility of getting their money and on time. But now, after the bank gave you the money, now then you went and invested it in the business, then the government can say, you know what, even though you presented 35 cents to your, to the investor that invested in the money, I mean, in the business that you have, you're no longer getting that money. You know what you're doing? You are not only undermining municipality, you're undermining the bank, you're undermining every individual who may have a take or part in the business, who contributed something. Whatever they're going to get, their expectation is to get a certain amount of money at the end of the year. But now you just come abruptly, change change whatever you're doing. And someone said something, Steve, I want to close with this. If the government really want to change things around, the government can go, they have the money, they can build different tanks, different reservoirs, and then say, you know what, we have to keep whatever price you want to keep for your own, for us. We're going to keep our own.
This way.
You take it. It's up to the people now. The people who are bringing in cash and stuff now to say, you know what, Musa, your own is very, very, exorbitant. We can't go with you. We'll rather go with the government. Government price is cheaper. But you can't go and tell somebody how they must sell their property. That's if Steve, you have apartment. There are a lot of apartments in America here. Some apartment in Phoenix, 2-bedroom, $2,500. Some apartment, 2-bedroom, $800. The government not telling people that you got to bring your own to $800 because that's why everybody doing. No, the value of your property, that's the price you're going to put on it. So Musa Belete invested $40 million+ in his business, with other people being involved with it, the bank and other investors. Now you're trying to take the man out of business, thereby not only that targeting Musa to hurt Musa, but other people now will have a collateral damage, especially banks and other individuals who have contributed into the investment that Musa Belete brought to the country. Now you are driving people away in not share, Steve.
Okay. Well, thank you, Mr. Dollar. What say you?
To be honest, Sekou have said, to be realistic, true is nothing but true. The whole thing is from start to finish is about witch hunt. Like what Sekou just said, the catastrophe now only going to start to Musa ability. The bank that gave Musa money, if Musa cannot able to pay their money back, the bank will go bankrupt. That one is for sure. And when the bank closed, some of the people that were employing that bank, all of them will go on the street. So the government is supposed to look at all these things then, but they don't care. They don't care because they didn't got a feeling for their citizens. That's why I said the only people that can solve this problem is the citizens themselves. The citizens need to look here. The people say the ordinary citizen will not understand this, but the ordinary citizen will understand that when people begin to tell the ordinary citizen, these people in the places and things they're in the position, is House of Senate and the House of Representatives, they're getting free car, and they're also getting things in the country without paying duty. This is certain amount of money they're supposed to give it to the people to use on the country peoples and this and that. That's one they pocket that. When that announcement go to the public will know that something is going on wrong. Instead of they leaving that free duty payment and also 2 cars every year, every 6 years to stop that, then the citizen will say, look here, enough is enough. You need to come to the realities of our life system. So they will start to inform the people. We need to inform the people to be realistic. What is happening right now to the business tycoon in our country is going to cause serious problem for the citizens' lifestyle. So the media propaganda need to go for that. They need to tell the world, tell the people in the community, look here, going after the business people is not going to stop the business people alone. He's going to come down to some of you people. So let that come to the minds of the people. That's the only way this kind of witch hunting will stop. Because they've been doing it, they're not just the people, they always, government come in, government go. When they know that you're not in their clique, they will go after you to break you down, to destroy your business, and why that's what they do. To cripple you. They don't care whoever you employ to alleviate some of the problem on the government. They don't care about that. So the citizens themselves need to stand up.
Thank you so much. Monk,
yeah.
what does that say in the business word? the image that's been projected by this government. I know they want to make everything political, but the ramification being it trying to attract investors and so forth, these negative stories and headlines that people pay attention to.
Well, the cartel is not interested in appeasing the business community or attracting investors from overseas. For them, their job is already secure. They will get rich over the next 6 years. So you got to look at who is at stake here. They could care less about the ordinary Liberian that is looking for a job or hoping to get a job out there. That's why when they're coming up with this kind of a draconian measure, they could care less about the people that will be impacted, because for them, their job is already secure. Some of them 6 years, some of them 9 years. It's guaranteed. Not only secure, because securing your job is one thing, but when your job is guaranteed, I mean that nobody can take it from you no matter what. So you need to understand. But for the average businessman, he's thinking about survival. He's looking at the operating costs. He's looking at homes. You know, in Liberia, for a poor country, Liberia, when one person has a job, you are responsible for maybe on average between 7 to 10 people directly or indirectly. Your children, some relative that will come around when things get tough. But yeah, it's one of the reasons we read a report recently on Sktv that Liberia being among the worst places to do business, right? In that report, I think with number 11 in the whole world, it was based on 4 cardinal components that put Liberia in that category. Number 1, it was corruption. Number 2, it was weak regulatory framework, which means business law and things. When it comes to regulation, how business should conduct operation. The third one was something called poor infrastructure. And you know the fourth one? Steve, if you can guess, political cronyism, targeting, witch hunting, that the same ability and Momo Saraf now is carrying, that what we call political cronyism. You're using government power to target individuals. And it was one of the reasons that Liberia is number 11 in the whole world when it comes to the worst place to do business. So, Steve, how you think the people can come up with a report? Because they monitor activities on the ground. Look, every sector, whether it's the IMF, whether it's the World Bank, whether it's about business monitoring, human rights, these people gather folks on ground are collecting data. They monitor the political activity, they watch the day-to-day operation before they can come up with a report. So the report, they are not like guessing, they're not making things up. So if your country is considered to be one of the worst places to do business, you think Joseph Barker is interested in bringing investment? Because he knows investors won't come anyway. They already came up with that report. So the most they can do, they can steal the resources that is available, target a political opponent, consolidate power. That's why when you myself describe that as sick, as a Steve, sometimes it can be like we are wasting our time and wasting our breath, because society must be conscientized to a certain level to understand exactly what's going on. But when the vast majority of the people that are being impacted cannot even relate to things that are happening in the country at their own expense, then how can you become an advocate for somebody who is not willing to be advocated for? I think we'll talk about this last night, right? Or day before yesterday night.
Yeah, that was last night.
Country. You see, even the lawmakers now are crying that people with power. So think about you, the ordinary man. If the people that are in the corridors of power can be targeted about their business, about the government move, what make you the regular man that got nothing, no fish in the oil, but can only be victimized? How are you not mad with this thing happening in this country? But guess what? There will be people that will call on the show, some of the so-called educated ones. Not only that, the worst one that travel overseas, that living in industrialized country, they will still come here to tell you that the government is doing the right thing. My brother, that's the problem we're facing, like, bro. It's a tough one, bro.
Thank you.
That's the reason why I said the citizen is a means architects in this thing here. They're supposed to take the front line to fight this thing here, because the average citizens, when they get out, the people will listen.
So, Steve.
Yeah.
Speaking of the citizens, right? Let's take Musability as case study. Musability being using the resources he's been getting from his business to improve the life of other citizens, whether it's building roads, whether it's building schools, whether it's building bridges. To watch the government targeting Musability to bring him down, that will minimize, in my opinion, whatever developmental agenda or developmental policy that you carry on, whether in his district and all other part of Liberia. We think Liberian people who have benefited or who are to benefit from these developmental agenda, whether building schools, bridges, and roads, we think this should be outrage and they should actually stand up and say, you know what, this is unacceptable, or you think they will just flow with the wave?
Well, Well, I honestly think at this point it's past the political line from what the government is doing. I think this should not be about politics. This should be about reality. Reality, I mean, such as, and this is where I think it's important for the opposition to rally around. Let me say again, I keep saying it. Opposition means opposition. You either opposition or you with the government. You can't be in the middle. And in politics, you can play safe. You risk all or you lose all. That's what it is. So I think in terms of the people themselves, it's time for the opposition to start rallying the bases and the people to come out in this conversation, in this fight. Because the people that most are, and you would think also you would want to extend the conversation to all Liberians, because some Liberians who are Unity Party partisans might be benefiting directly from some of these employments provided by whether it's Simeon Freeman, Alexander Cummings, George Weah, Musa Hassan Bility, and other business figures in the country. Now, if the government targets you, that if you don't fall in line, what the government is saying in essence is they're taking food from your mouth. Let me put it the Liberian way. And so I believe it's time for the Liberian people to stand up against the Joseph Yuma Boakai government. The government is already inflicting pains on themselves. The government is the government is already at its less. They don't know what they are doing. All the people they made, they appear incompetent, inept, corrupt so far. They don't know head, no tail. So it's time for the Liberian people to rise up. Let me just be honest. At this point,
let me check you right there before you continue. I don't do this. I don't want to lose my strain of thought, right?
Go ahead.
The mentality and the people these guys are dealing with, that's why I keep saying it's always about the people. The people don't realize that they are the biggest victims. Because, like I said, the people that are in government already got a job secure. They are lawmakers, but they are the one issuing permit and doing a business beyond, or gaining their own contract, giving contract to their friends and getting kickback. The problem is the mentality. When the average Liberian person hears about the word investor, he thinks that one woman will be someone that get plenty of million. He failed to realize that the Liberian man that invests in his own country is also an investor. So they're hoping, Boakai going to Japan to bring value. Okay, if you cannot even treat your regular investor, Liberian enterprises, in terms of law, in terms of policy, if you cannot treat them right, what make you think the white man will take his grave? The white man doing his research. Your country is already one of the worst places to do business. So it means they are not even coming there to do business. Okay, if they are not coming there to do business, then who is supposed to protect? The local Liberian investors that are making opportunity or employment opportunity for Liberian. But in our case, we are using the politics to strangulate the local investor, because in our mind, the moment you say investor, that one white man with big grade, with big need, not knowing that the regular everyday Liberian are the one that provide more employment opportunity than even the white men as well can bring corporations or businesses in Liberia. But continue, I get want to remind you of that point.
So Mr. Cannon, the question that you're asking, I'm not going to use these big words. I'm not going to use transcend and all the other BB terms. I'm just going to use simple terms such as, the other thing, the other one ain't got nothing to do with politics, ain't got nothing to do with political party. Ain't got nothing to do with the person who won't be tried. Ain't got nothing to do with religion. Ain't got nothing to do with what kind of tribe you come from. It got everything to do with your stomach. It got everything to do with food. It got everything to do with your children's school fee, your whole rent, to be able to even to buy water. That's why you get to deal with. So to my people who are listening, Jeremiah Kun and Joseph Boakai there, the thing what they're fighting for now, that all the people who get business in Liberia, and you see your children who can go to work and they can, and they bring 200, 300 at the end of the month when they coming home. When the month end, like they coming home, they can bring plastic bag for small thing there for you. Sometimes they put small thing in your hand. Sometimes they buy your phone. Sometimes they recharge your phone. Sometimes they get your food money and so forth. They put them, they will not be working again, because Jeremiah Kun then say if they don't join them for them to steal, he and Joseph Boakai, if you refuse to be with them for them to go and steal, then that's the problem they will have. They will have to close their business. So that's why we end now, my people. It reached to y'all.
So I think maybe we're going to go to the line, I guess. But maybe before you go to the line, I want to say something very important. with regards to what is going on with the CMC and Musa ability. Steve, you made emphasis on the need for opposition unity. You know, when I listen to some of them saying, preaching the mentality, the idea of you touch one, you touch all, that is exactly what you're speaking to. But over the past few weeks, I've seen some members of the opposition that think that Musa ability and the CMC are a threat to their political future. They are celebrating what Musa ability is going through with the government. They think it's as good as sweet for him. You think that's the good politics? You think that will benefit them? They who are celebrating this, you think they have any political incentives in that at the end of the day? You think they will have benefit? They will have any benefit for celebrating another opposition being taken down by the government because of politics?
Well, yeah, those that, excuse me, Steve, those that are thinking that way, they are naive. Because look, let me tell you something. Life is just this way, like a 3 cow. Lion come around and tell the 3 cow, you say, look, I'm not after the 2 people. Only you, I'm after. When you finish with that, he go and come back again. You say, look, now you, this one. The last one, you will say, I'm not coming for you. So let the people understand that when they dealing with one of their colleagues, all of them supposed to stand friendly and debunk the government attitude towards that person. That's the only way they can be stronger and defuse the kind of draconian activities the ruling establishment is doing. So we, the average citizens, everybody can be in one party. We need to total our partisan, let them be aware. This situation that's going on with our colleague is not acceptable. It needs to be addressed properly. So let everybody be aware of that. You know, those that are thinking that way, you say, oh, that Musa Belete is getting too much, he's getting frisky, he's getting that. Did you know what they're doing? Did you know they are naive? Let me be realistic. Because similar thing like that happened before to several of them, and at the end of the day, what happened? The entire country fell away. So let all of them get together. The opposition then need to have a forum to discuss what next step to take in this kind of situation towards their fellow men. Now is a 3 different political members right now that government attacking. Freeman and the young man from Lofa and Musa Belete. So at the end of the day, he will go to ANC, he will go to CDC. They will hate the CDC very hard. We know that. So now all these people then realize that what happening to Musa is not Musa alone. They're going after. They're going after anybody is not in their clique. So that we're supposed to start the campaign as soon as possible on sorts of things with the citizens of the country that are part of different political parties.
Thank you. Well, let me say this quickly before we go to the line. I think this is important for us to understand that, again, some of us don't see this as a political thing. Some of us, and we'll continue to say the truth. We even told you guys, and that's why sometimes we can even call on Chairman Musa Hassan Belete here and laugh sometimes. You know, even though Sekou is on the show, at times, sometimes he's not here. We can say it the way we say it because we saw it coming. And we predicted it on the show a long time ago. The thing we are saying today, that if other opposition members, other opposition leaders refuse to stand together in solidarity at this point, they will be the next targets. And when they are the next target, they should expect to be on their own too. I mean, that's just the truth of the matter. This is not a joking thing. This is not a political thing. Let me say this. For those of you who think this is a political thing because all you worry about is politics and your political party and your people that are in power, I would care less, me, personally. We saw this as a problem, the same way how we saw Fanatic Kofa problem coming. And we warned those guys that we were in line with the government when these guys were planning. We warned them. They never listened to us. We told them, When they founded that rule of law caucus, we also told them that this is what you guys need to do. This is what you guys don't need to do. And they never listened to us. Today, guess what? Fanatical Father is still being dragged as we speak today from court, from one court to another, whatever it is. So this has nothing to do with politics, folks. I'm not a CMC member. I'm not any kind of member, but I'm seeing what the problem will be for our country at large. I'm seeing how people will suffer from this. I'm seeing how foods will be taken from people's mouth. So in order to prevent this, this is the time we can start together to stand against the government, against it. Let me tell you something. Say what you want to say. The United Party government, they have said, and the will of the people in any government is bigger than anybody. Let me say it to you today. You can be the most popular government. You can be the most popular person. If the people rise up in one voice, it has power over anything or anybody. It doesn't matter. So, Mark, let's give you the last word before we go quickly to the last, please.
You know, sometimes you want to agree in as much as you want to champion the whole idea of democracy. Some people can say when it comes to Africa, democracy is like a myth. It can never work in Africa. And I want to partially believe them. Let me tell you something. In the kind of a system of governance that we practice, the last people you want to mess with are elected officials. Because in a democracy, the direct representation of the people are lawmakers, not the president. Do you know that? They are the direct representation, what they call it, the people's house. They come from every congressional district. They are the direct representation of the people when it comes to government, right? Okay, forget about the people. That's why I'm saying I'm not optimistic about people standing up. Even your politician and lawmaker, what makes you think the executive will have the balls to go after lawmaker knowing fully well that they are the most powerful individual? We are talking about elected official here. Chemability is an elected official. Momosaro is an elected official. If the executive that should be kept in check by lawmaker can go after individual in the first branch of government, then I cannot expect for the people to take on the fight. Because the lawmaker themselves will keep the president in check. They will give you a wonder he will not even, whether it's Jeremiah Kuhn or whether it's Joseph Boaka. When the lawmaker themselves who have been targeted here will say, you know what? Even though for United Party, but this is nonsense for the government to be weaponizing the power to come after elected officials and their businesses. It's a wake-up call for every one of us. But how many of them will be able to do that? So if the lawmaker, the elected official cannot even stand up for themselves against the executive to push back on the executive, what make you think the Irish woman that's selling or lay red oil to feed her children will come and jump on the street because Chemability or Momosaro businesses or Cummins or Simon Freeman businesses have been targeted? I don't think they will do that. Because the people who should be leading the fight are lawmakers. They got the power to even impeach the president. They are the one that was there or that is there to keep the executive in check from overstepping her bound. But they are sitting there, the executive targeting them. So it just tells you everything about Liberia.
So Monk, before we go to the line, let me just say this to you. If you follow the politics in Liberia, there's a reason why Joseph Boakai government tried to consolidate power within the government over all three branches of government. That's why they control the executive, they control the executive, they control the judiciary, they also control all two houses, the Senate and the House of Representatives. You know exactly how those in there, how they were elected, and how they were given their positions. Yeah. The same way they are forcing visibility and other people to fall in line. Any lawmaker who dared to not to follow them, yes, you'll be doing at your own detriment. So that's the reason why they all, either you are with them and they have the power over all the two houses. That's why, especially, let me tell you something. Visibility has political foes, political, enemies in that same Senate, led by Nyomli Kanga Lawrence and Darrell Dillon and other people who can never see anything that is good about Musability. To see Musability leaving the Liberty Party, forming political party or other people and making this kind of headway, they see that as a defeat to them. So whatever can happen to deal with Musability, to destroy him politically, they believe that will be a win-win for them. So for me, I don't expect anything. I mean, the fight, Musability being fighting to audit the legislature, which includes all the houses. So you think they will be there to support Musability?
No. It will never happen. You got people with balls and you got cows. It means you have two groups of lawmakers, even though he's been targeted and his business is on the line, but at least he still got the balls and the courage or the seriousness to walk and say, you know what, our business establishment is in this country, but we can still challenge you. But guess what? The people who were elected to do that job, they even get the balls to smell. They fall in line. So technically, we got one branch of government. We got a dictatorship. It's only one branch.
Mom, I've been around in Liberian politics for ages. I'm telling you, best solution to this thing is the citizen to stand up. The citizen come up.
You like go to Melbourne so we can have some time, after the people call
people will hear it. Let me be the best we got. When the citizens stand up, people will hear it. But the people that are in the House of Senate or representative, forget it. They're not going to do nothing. Believe me.
Melbourne.
Good. So that means by the time the citizens stand up, that means the government failed. Am I correct?
When the citizens stand up, government will listen.
Okay.
Government will listen. I'm telling you.
All right. Let's move to the line quickly to interact with our people back home. Hello to this caller. Good evening.
Good evening, Melbourne.
Yes, David King, go ahead.
Thank you. You see, Melbourne, this thing, like I said the other day, this is the chancellor scenario. Where chancellor said, today is a black cow, and the white cow is not saying anything. When it comes for the red cow, and the black cow, we say, are the red cow business. Yesterday, we talked about Musa Berede. Today, they are now targeting Simon Fremont and Momo Saros. But here's the issue. Momo Saros was not a lawmaker when Sika Security was providing security for Metal Steel and other entities in the country. But because these people are not in line with the Unity Party, so the Unity Party are doing this thing to suppress the people so that they can join forces with them for 2029. All in fact, I just gearing towards 2029 because the Unity Party want to claim claim power again 2029, which they have failed the Liberian people in a very short period of time, and they got the entire country the way it is today. Therefore, you know.
All right, thank you. To this caller, good evening.
My name is Hussein Kiel. I call from Jacobstown.
Yeah, Hussein, go ahead.
Yeah, so I listen to the different panelists and the different analysis. So I get to understand when government comes with different policies and different programs, everybody is saying or suggesting to the public that if people have been targeted. For me, I just don't get it. I don't understand it. So we just want the country to be stagnated with all of the laws that's on the book. We should not amend them. We should make new law that will not even meet up with modern days reality. We should not even go about changing policies and programs that will meet modern day reality. Somebody saying they targeted. Who's going to target them? In fact, I call him the former of Lofa, right? Brian Samka has one of the biggest private security entity in Liberia, right? Has he complained that he's been targeted? So because it's not only for Momo Saro, he's not the only private security owner in Liberia. There are other Liberians who own a private security and even use the last one than Momo Saro. So why would somebody say Momo Saro been targeted? For me, I don't get it.
All right, thank you. To this caller, good evening.
Yeah, good evening, Minister and your co-host. I'm Peter Derrick Council from Honor Australia in Lower Johnson. Neighbor, and that's why the government said about Jason Mabwaka, they will continue to disgrace themselves. See, these guys need to focus on governance and forget about fighting. Are they telling others they keep the fight or they keep the government? Well, the people are suffering. Then you go get the people that are in the entrepreneur that are creating jobs even more than the government. That's completely stupid genesis.
Keep a call coming 0770-203-125. That's the number to call for you to be part of the Sktv show this evening. Please, let's be saver in our discussion. At least we can respectfully disagree to agree. That's the best thing we can do with all, at least. So again, the number to call is 0770-203-125. I want to give you the time so that you can also make your own input. Mind you, like Mr. Kleiner was saying, if this thing happen, there'll be a lot of Liberians who will be out of job. What's your own saying or what's your take? Hello to this caller, good evening. Yes, good evening. Go ahead. He said, okay. So why you fighting your own people? That's the question. You want investors. You want people to come home to come and contribute to the growth and development of your country. But then you are targeting, instead of you helping to even improve their company or their businesses, you are targeting them. Okay. All right. So let's call up good evening.
Yeah, good evening, my brother.
Yes, go ahead, my brother.
Yeah, I'll heard your panelists. But I want to understand, was this 2% only post on Musa Bede stories or all stories in Nigeria?
So the entire discussions is not only about Musa Bedeti and Momo Saros, one of the senators. I get that you're father. So please don't only be hello. I hope that you're listening. So we're talking about all of the. No, don't bring that here, please. The man never tell you that Musa Bedeti should put people on the street. Okay. So you see, these are problems. We'll give you people the opportunity. You want to abuse it. You jump into politics business like even putting food on your table. Then when the people dismiss you tomorrow, you let me get work, you come to the same media and cry. Hello to this caller, good evening.
Yeah, this is Nima.
Yeah, go ahead, my brother.
Yeah, I listen to the panelists. We have a Mo Saros, we have a Musa Bedete, and Shima Shima. Let me tell you, my brother. Shima Shima is one of the wicked businessmen in the world.
How?
Do you know Shima Shima is one of the one that blood is not on it? In your own country.
So who to blame? Who to blame?
I'm complaining.
No, I said who to blame. I'm asking who to blame if DSTV don't have, or maybe one of Liberian content on. As hello, I'm asking who should you want, or who you want us to blame, DSTV or the Liberian government?
The Liberian government now are still everything now coming to everything. All the free money don't want to get it back from them. If we
Okay, since you talk about the Liberian government, so that means they you're defeating yourself. So blame your government if DSTV there's no content on DSTV about Liberia. Who you want to blame? Keep your calls coming 0770-203-125. That's the number to call. Don't be personal. Try be
but you're supposed to watch DSTV. If no Liberian station, then go to the watch Liberian station.
You know what I mean at DSTV? Because they don't want to judge the step. Hello to this caller, good evening. Yeah, man.
We're talking about the Liberian people, those who Liberian working will do, people that the government taking them harder on their business. We're talking about the common people, those who regulate them and want to send their children to school. Because school are open, how many children are not going to school there? You will say now, what are they doing? The government. And the government just stop treating our people very bad. Thank you for the time.
Thank you. Today's caller, good evening.
Yeah, good evening. How are you?
I'm okay, my dear brother. Go ahead.
Yeah, Musa speaking.
Okay, go ahead, brother.
Really, to admit what the government is doing right now, it's nothing at all. It's like they don't want to see Liberians, or helping Liberians in this country. But I listened to one caller just now trying to discourage you people saying that Sekou is inciting who to pull Musa Berede to pull people on the street. But even when Musa Berede want to put people on the street, what wrong with that? What wrong with that? Is it right? Because when somebody do something wrong against you, it's your right to come on here any form of protest to make people to be aware. So if Musa Berede want to do that, brother, look, for us who will be willing to go on the street, if the government want to kill us, they kill us for that because our wickedness is doing. Wickedness. I was speaking. I'm one of the person that benefited from Musa Berede. Yes, I'm one of the person. I know.
Even the station he calling on. Sometimes when they talking, I don't know, they can't think or they just want to call. The station even calling on. You thinking? You thinking? Hello, to let's call up. Good evening. Hello.
Yeah. Hello.
Yes, my brother. Go ahead.
Yes. Open Soso, and I in Liberia. But you know, I'm following your discussion. But you know, I can't blame the government. I blame the Liberian people because they will see wrong and they will never, as long as it's not affecting them, they will never say anything about it. Just for example, I have friends that brought in container of sushi. The government just woke up one money after paying their taxes to government. They woke up one money and said they banned sushi after paying almost $16,000 to $17,000 for their container.
Indeed.
You see, they just woke up one money. They didn't give the people notice, and they went. They you know, banned sushi. So who's going to pay that custom duty money that the people pay to the government? That's my question. So the Liberian people should be blamed. It's not the government.
Politics. I don't know what we can think outside of politics or politics is carrying. Hello to this caller. Good evening. Yeah, go ahead.
So, I listened to the current analysis. I think the issue about government attacking specific group of people, all of the time about that take action, is going to Momosaro again. We know that Momosaro is not part of any political party. Momosaro is an independent. So how can a government go after Momosaro again? Momosaro did not run campaign against the unity party. And he's not against the unity party. Our government will go play in the work with the men. Therefore, the men are part of any opposition party. And if there is other way, there is going to be targeting. I said to say, Momosaro alone, or the other people alone are business people in this country.
All right. Thank you. Today's caller, good evening. Keep a course coming 0770 take few more calls and cross over to the team because most of you that I don't know that Monk said something here or somebody I think I still say if somebody call us don't make sense, in fact we'll not really appreciate them because go to the issues. We want people to call here and have their own say apart from politics. Politics will come and go.
But that more reason for Momosaro to be targeted. He's an independent and refused to fall in love.
Yeah, my brother, good evening. Go ahead.
Yeah, this is the former from You always saw how people have their example and before you support the president to become president. Hey, that's going to work. They will pay for the citizen. I don't see my friend.
Hello. How much you pay to call the station? Hello.
I pay for the unit.
They got to use just even. I pay to call the station. They got just so when the station off. How you call the station? By the way, that they want to do because I'm not seeing that hatred has entered our people than any other thing because I think it's just about hatred. For me, I think about I'm sensing from all indications because instead of you thinking about what's going to happen, if even they put the support party A, party B, party C, what's going to happen next? Whether it's good or not, no, you don't care. All you care about is because it is your government. The same thing you do on Facebook, attack, insult people. The same thing you want to do here on the radio, come and want to be attacked. I mean, that kind of got to go. We have up there about 9 more minutes, so maybe we can use the time to go. Because
well, let's start with Mr. Dollar quickly for his parting comments. Mr. Dollar, are you there?
Yeah, I'm there, sir.
Yeah, what are your parting comments quickly before we go to the next person?
I think I said it the other time that our country needs prayer. These are some of the things that I say that for. You see, we are talking something that's sensible. You see the kind of statement that coming from these people, for God's sake. You understand? They say that Musa want to put people on the street here and there. These are the kind of sentiment they have. And so long we have this kind of stupidity sentiment, things will never be right until the real action take on the floor. The people, listen, let me tell you something. The opposition are more than the ruling establishment, the population of opposition. Let the opposition get together and get on the street. These senseless people will sense will go into their head. Let me tell you something. That's the only, you see this kind of stupid people that are coming up, making this kind of statement? We just need to have a prayer for our country to see to it that things go right. We are talking about the president he said you're going to meet the diaspora people in the diaspora to bring investment in the country. Those that already do investment in the country, you wish hunting them. You try to degrade them, you destroying their business. You think the people over there will come to be stupid? You think all the people that are coming from abroad to come and open business abroad will be member of the ruling establishment? No. And you see the other people that are not part of your party, you see these people seeing how you're treating them. You think they will come? So the few people that are just taking the microphone and call Melbourne to talk rubbish, they're just a handful of people. A handful of people.
Thank you so much.
My friend has seen Mr. Dolly getting mad at it.
Yeah, go ahead. What are your parting comments?
Well, that's why I told you from the beginning of the show, we got a fundamental challenge in Liberia. It's all about public sentiment. This is not new. Let me tell you something. Let me give you a typical example. That's why United Party trying to pin these guys. The people who are investing in the country, they want to pin them like some economic terrorists, that they are exploiting our people. That's the narrative. Let me tell you, there was a guy called Charles Yet. He and Simon Freeman had this argument before when he came to the DSTV. The other one talk about Simon Freeman doesn't pull up brand content. No, Simon Freeman, it gets operating your franchise. He's a distributor, right? When it comes to DSTV originally from South Africa. Simon Freeman is only making pennies on the dollar. What he doesn't understand is before you can be put on the television, they monitor the track, the program, and the one that the customers are interested in how you can pay for your packages here. Simon Freeman is only leveraging the South African company by expanding their operation to Liberia by being a distributor. And maybe when South Africa is charging $20, he will put $2 on it to get his own little share based on the operating cost of the business. So Simon Freeman is not the one you should be targeting here. The other one talking about laws that meet present day reality. That's why we keep telling you this does not meet present day reality. Because what you fail to understand is the very government that tell you that they want to generate more revenue by reducing the cost on you, they are the one giving people kickback and incentive to walk away with impunity. So the government here is your real enemy. Your enemy is not Musa Belete, it's not Simon Freeman, it's not Alexander Comey, or any business president for that matter. What they are doing, they are playing to your emotion while leveraging the politics. And he talking about Gaffron. Gaffron is the finance minister. He's already in bed. You want for him to talk against this government? Can you make the same case for Chairman Belete or the Momo Sarah? No, you cannot. So at the end of the day, the Momo Sarah situation just justify the plea that Chairman Belete is making to the general public that he's being targeted because it's a trend. You know, once something can happen by mistake, but when you see it happening repeatedly, then it's a trend. And like you said, it's all about political power and leverage. It has nothing to do with the economy or about job. Because if you really want job, you will be giving Chairman Belete them more incentives, more break to create more jobs. That's what government does, what they call regulatory law. You make it easy for people to do business. You don't target people that are already providing jobs. It's not only about job, it's for any business for that matter. But let me stop there, guys. We're left with 4 minutes. You guys can close.
Thank you. Mr. Kane, let's have your parting comment, please, before we turn the word to.
Yeah, so because of time limitation, I'm not going to say much. I think Liberian people are listening and they're paying attention. The handful of people that can call, they are from the color brigade of the United Party. They are doing their job. That's what they got paid for, to call and just confuse everybody in the market their stupidity. So thinking that everybody is stupid. So we are not stupid. We know exactly what's going on, and Liberian people are listening and they are following. And Liberian people will see reason to retire United Party and Joseph Jimabuaga come 2029.
Okay, well, let me say this. Let me give my parting comment, folks. Interesting things are happening around the world. And the thing that you're overlooking, the thing that you're joking with. Today, some of you seen it as, oh, you're talking for Musa ability. Let me say it to you guys. I want to be clear on something. I never leave my basic activities to consider to talk for Musa ability or Simeon Freeman. I don't even know Simeon Freeman. I've never interacted with him. What we say here, what we project from the beginning, before things happen on the show, the news that we can break here, we're not breaking it in the interest of a political party or an individual. We are breaking it, or we are saying this thing for the better good of the country. We care enough about Liberia that we can sit here. Do you know what it means? 2 hours to sit on your butt. 2 hours. Do you know what I mean? To just sit in front of the thing and talk. And while you're talking, they got other people in the live feed insulting you, disrespecting you, talking a bunch of foolishness. You know, they don't pay for this thing. The screen guy is paid for. Let me tell you today, not free. It's not free. To maintain the internet is paid for. The computers that we use, they are paid for. To maintain them. So when we come to discuss serious issues, folks, you take your political attachment and sentiments out of it. This move will create problem. This move is not in the interest of the Liberian people. To be honest, it's not. This is a political retribution. Let me start using BB words. Basically, people won't go after people in politics to spoil their businesses, to take businesses away from them, to take food from the Liberian people mouth. You don't get serious for once, my people. The road that the government is on is a bad road. It's okay when you tell them, say, you'll stop the one, you'll stop the other one. It's okay. It don't mean that you hate Joseph Barker, you hate the government. But that being said, we'll be back tomorrow by the grace of God. You know we never stop. Tomorrow, we'll get to tell you exactly what the next plan is, because there is pressure, there is mixed feelings. And what they will slow down, but they're not slowing down. They're not slowing down because they still want to carry. Tomorrow we'll talk more about it. No bon, we'll turn it back over to you in studio intentionally.
You know, for me, I think I'm just quite frustrated to see some of our people behaving the way they are behaving, because even if you in the party hat, some of them can say that you are die-hard partisan or what you may call yourself. I don't think when it comes to national issues, especially issues that are so concerning, to call in and just be disturbing. But again, we will have another measure to put in place to curtail most of these things that somebody maybe call a brigade feel that they want to do, because we know that tactics, and some of us, we are not joking here. We want the livelihood of our people to get better, but for them, when they're voting, they just want to stay in queue and vote. Every time when the elections, they go out there, stay in long line and vote. That's all they want. So again, good night to all of you people. By God grace, tomorrow will be on the show, the same time, the same station.
There are things we can do. We bring in good news and we give it to you. We talk about podcast and connecting people and culture from here up out of the club. What is our people who waiting to serve? The blessing that time and the effort are rest. The brothers giving us the end of the rest of them. So welcome and live with African.
A lyrical health.
Master.
Play Paris, who make on you. I can't Sktv-Lib. Say my journey, Tina get I say my jamo. And yes, I know money. And I yo. And you love
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa. Sktv, the best in Mama Liberia. Must survive the lofa and grandbaza.
Ena dine ya tumale, ena salia ya tumale, ena konagli ya tumale, ena kodugwa ya tumale, ena dine ya tumale, and a Sadia, ya too many, and a Conakry, ya too many, and a Codua, ya too many, and a Pagayana, ya too many, and the TV, and a Pagayana, toss you walk on my, ya too many, yeah, oh.
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa. Sktv, the best in Mama Liberia. My soul rather lopa and grandmaster.
There are things we can do. We bring in good news and we give it to you. We talking about podcasts and connecting people and culture from here and out of the globe. Qualified people who waiting to sell. The flesh, the time and the efforts are rare. The broadcast we giving are real and I promise my best. To work with my life without fear. From Grandfather Nima to Lufa, from Riverside, River G to Chile, from Grand Crew, Bombing, Cape Mount, Monserrat, San to Bacalu, from Maryland, Bronx down to the Mikey B. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB.
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa.